This is a story called Lucy and Tom Go to School. This is an old story, so not everything will be the same when you start school. But you can ask questions about what you will find when you go there. Lucy and Tom were two little children who were not yet old enough to go to school. When it was fine, they played in the garden. They liked to look over the gate and see what was happening in the street. Often, Lucy would get out her dolls and have a pretend school. Lucy was the teacher, and if Tom was in a good mood, he would be one of the class. But sometimes, especially when it rained, Lucy was bored. She was tired of playing with Tom. She was tired of her toys. Maybe a bit like how you feel just now. Her mother said that as she was nearly 5, she would be going to a real school. Lucy had her school things ready. She had a new grey skirt, a pair of brown shoes, a pencil case and a satchel. Tom wished that he had a satchel too. I wondered if you've started to buy any of your things that you will need when you go to school. If not, maybe you could help choose them. Lucy and Tom knew where the school was. They had seen the boys and girls going in and heard them shouting at playtime. You know where your school is too. You see it almost every day. It's not a scary place. It's somewhere that we have lots of fun in. On the first day of school, Lucy held her mother's hand very tightly. In the school playground, there were a great many children waiting to go in. They saw Lucy's friend, Jane. She was peeping out from behind her mother and holding on to her coat. When you start school, you'll know lots of people that are there already because you already go to nursery with them. In the cloakroom, Mum helped Lucy find her peg and hang up her jacket. Lucy's peg had her name and a picture of a teddy above it. You'll have a peg when you go to school too, where you will leave your jacket. In the classroom was a smiling teacher. She was writing down names. She said, "Hello, Lucy. Hello, Jane." She was called Miss Walker. When you go to school, your teacher won't be sitting down writing names. She'll be there in amongst you saying hello and making you feel welcome. The classroom was full of children and a great many interesting things to look at. There was a little shop with pretend money. Lucy and Jane started to play in the shop with 3 other little girls. There'll be loads of new exciting toys and games to play with when you start school. Everything will be so exciting. The mothers watched for a while. When it was time for them to go and get on with their shopping, Jane didn't want them to leave. Lucy's mother gave her a big hug and said, "See you at dinner time. Look after Jane, won't you?" Lucy wasn't feeling specially brave, but she took Jane's hand. Tom yelled on the way out because he wanted to go to school too. When you start school, will you help look after your friends too? At playtime, Lucy had some milk with a straw. The playground was very noisy. Some children were playing games. Some were fighting. Some were chasing about and some were walking with their arms round each other. Jane had an apple. She gave Lucy a bite and they had a quiet game in a corner. I wonder what you'll do when you go outside to play at school. Will you take a snack? What snack will you take? After playtime, Miss Walker read a story. They thought she was a very nice teacher indeed. Later, Lucy sorted some shells and coloured a picture. I wonder what sorts of things you'll do on your first day at school. "What did you do this morning? Now I'm a schoolgirl," Lucy asked Tom at dinner time. Tom had done some colouring too. "When I was little, we stopped at lunchtime. We didn't go to school all day, so we didn't get to stay at school for lunches, but you will. I wonder what you will do for lunch. Will you have a school dinner or take a packed lunch?" Lucy's best thing at school was music and movement. She liked pretending to be a tiny mouse and then growing into a huge giant. She liked it when they dressed up and acted their stories. She liked assembly too because of the hymns. I wonder what you will like best about school. Lucy's worst thing at school was a boy called Neil Bailey who kept pushing her in the playground. Some days Lucy looked forward to going to school. and some days she did not want to go very much. But she soon got used to it. If you were ever sad or upset at school, who could you talk to about it? Now Tom was bored at home. He missed Lucy, and she was often too tired to play when she came home from school. He followed Mum and wanted something to do. Mum said that Tom could join a playgroup in the mornings. She bought him a satchel just like Lucy's. He put into it some pencils and cars and his old teddy. At the playgroup, Tom painted and sang and played with toys and clay. There were plenty of boys and girls there to be his friends. It's just like nursery when you're there. Lots of things to do and play with, and lots of people to play with too. Tom liked the playgroup so much that he ran ahead of Mum every morning to get there first. Now Tom was a schoolboy too. I wonder if you've got a little brother or a little sister, if they will be starting nursery when you start school, just like Tom did. If you've got any questions that you would like us to help you with, please just ask them. We'll tell you everything you need to know about school. Speak to you soon.